So boys, we're moving on to, obviously going to give you guys information, gents. We're moving on to the next section, which is M2. Obviously you're going to do this in conjunction with M3 and D3, which is other distinction criteria. So let's go down one. Alright, so we are LO3. You've obviously done P4. We have to design your Gantt chart, your storyboard, your navigation map, your mood board, the questionnaire, answers to the questionnaire. Okay, now all you're doing is just adding on to that with M2. We've got to produce a more detailed bunch of annotations on your designs. Okay, so let's go to the next one. As a rough overview of what they say, this basically is what they want actually. Hey? No, let's go straight from us here. Well, they got it. Well, they did it, so
Hey, why you peeling?
Alright, the learner must produce analytic designs and layouts for a minimum of 8 web pages, which obviously you've got. Navigation maps should be accurate and storyboards should be detailed and animated with all elements and assets to be used, clearly identified with references to sources, appropriate layouts, links, color schemes, and font style stated. Obviously quite a few that you guys have already done, which is why we're quite strict on that. For example, I know you guys have already got your colors and your font styles pretty much on there. Okay. Learners should ensure they have considered the client's needs carefully and can include in their annotations how their designs meet the identified user's needs. So before, all you're simply doing was just designing a website. Now you're actually adding, how do you say, reasons for why this design is working for your audience and your user. Okay? You might think it's good, but obviously the user is very much important, the audience and the clients. Does he think it's worthwhile to have the design as you've made it? Okay, let's go to the next one. This again, down and down one more time. Alright, so the first little task you've got to do is give information or describe the multimedia that is in the website. So on each page, underneath it, or Word document, what kind of multimedia you've put on the website, and is it MP4? What kind of formats are the images? Okay, got me so far? What kind of other multimedia do you think we can have on a website? Rapper, seeing as though you're back with us. Image, music, good. What kind of audio formats can we get?
MP4, MP3. MP4 is not. It's a video. Yeah, MP3, sir.
MP3, good. So obviously you've got to give mentioning on the kind, some more detail on the kind of multimedia that you're using, not just I'm putting the video into this page, everything you can have. Okay? MP4 is a video format. Okay. If you're someone like Chaputta, obviously torrents you would know are mostly MP4 MKV. Hey Chaputta?
Please keep quiet.
So what is your favourite? Because I know you obviously like Bollywood. Not Bollywood, Dollywood is your favourite. Okay, good. So, gents, a lot of information on the different kinds of multimedia that you're using. If you want to, if you can go onto your video, you can go Command I and you can check out all the different kinds of information, screen resolution, what's it called, frames per second, all that kind of stuff. The more information you can give, the better. Okay, next one. Alright, now what was this thing over there? Kurumsha, that table, what's it called? It's not an action pad, what's our word for it? It was a chart we had to create, started with G. Gantt chart, okay? This was obviously one of their kind of Gantt charts. You guys are going to add on to it. You're going to add 2 more columns, okay? Comments and feedback, okay? Where you obviously quickly comment, and you can make this up words, I don't care what you say, just make it sound good. Quickly comment on how that task went. Okay, when we say critically, what do we mean by that? Kurumsha. Not Kurumsha, Kanakai.
Future check.
Little information. When I say I critically comment on someone, what do I mean? In detail. Yes, in detail, yeah, but what else? That's one side, yes, that's positive. You look at it from both good and bad. So what on each every single task, you say what you did right, what you did wrong, what you could have done better. Okay? And obviously, feedback on the tasks is where you obviously give a little bit of information. How do you say, like, what you could have done next time, or anything that happened in that particular task, which you'd like to take note of for future use. Maybe, for example, when you were interviewing your client, you realized that a questionnaire wasn't so good. The guy is maybe not very good at reading, or he's not very good at understanding the language. Okay, it might be better in future to do an audio so a face-to-face interview with the guy as opposed to written. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Are we all clear on that so far? Alright. What is this one called, Mr. Arnold?
Sitemap.
What?
Sitemap.
Sitemap?
Plan.
No. That's one wording. What's the one that we had called it? Hey? No. Navigation map. Okay. And we had to have 8 pages. I want you underneath it describe in detail each page's purpose and what the multimedia content it will contain to meet the user's needs. Okay, so if you say our user required us to have videos of car racing, therefore on the videos page we have included a multiple bunch of videos pertaining to those particular needs. Okay, you can also mention that we need a sign up page because the client wanted a sign up and login page, therefore we have it as well. So as much information as possible on why those pages have been created and why media has been put into that particular page. Alright, next one. Alright, so this is obviously called our what? Lindsay. Excellent. Okay, so your pass criteria you can obviously see is laid out there. You've pretty much done most of it. You've mentioned the page color, the text color, subheadings, the fonts that you used, the layouts. Okay, all you've got to do, okay, is illustrate and explain why you use those styles. Okay. Okay, so obviously remember, in different kinds of websites, you have various kinds of styles. Look at Apple, look at Amazon, look at Facebook, look at some of your websites. Okay? They all have a particular kind of style. Okay? So you obviously can say, well, I designed my website based upon a style similar to, for example, Mr. Brown over here was based on Toyota. Okay, so he's based his website similar to the style of Toyota, being such a big popular car brand. It made sense to obviously copy the similar style for his particular website. Okay. So obviously try and find out if you've done what is, for example, Gavin, what is your website's based around again? Music streaming, okay. So if you can find another website, one that's online, and say I based my design of this website on this particular site. It might be Spotify, it might be YouTube, whatever, okay. Use that justifying why you used it, okay. Easy to use, easy to read, whatever. Okay, are we all clear so far on that? And one more down. Alright, references to sources, appropriate layouts, links, color schemes, and font styles. You can have font styles stated. You've obviously done font styles. References to sources is also quite important. If you uploaded your videos to YouTube, you must give the link to it. And even more detailed is if you've uploaded just a video which is in your, your folder layouts. Remember you have like index, folder, multimedia, videos. Do you remember how to do the sort of page location for that? Jets? No? Alright. So generally, when you're talking about the location of a file which is hosted on your website, it'll be something along the lines of this. Okay, if you've obviously got a car.mp4 file in your website, you've also got to give the location of that. So should someone want to redesign the website, they know exactly where to put that MP4 file. It's easier if you've got a YouTube video, that's less problematic, but that's one way of doing it. Okay? Appropriate layouts, okay? Making obviously sure that the layout of your website is similar to the original, one of those websites online that you based it upon. So you can refer to that. You can say layout is similar to, for example, Mr. Brown. My layout is very similar to the Toyota website. And you can provide a link to the Toyota website. Links, once again, they're very, very slow to myself working. Full links, not just www.wikipedia.com. Alright, if you've got a link to smoking and health, make sure obviously the full link is there to Wikipedia. Alright. Color schemes, gents. Where do we think about our color schemes? In which section of our design? Mood board. Okay. In your mood board, remember you had those color palettes. Okay, multiple kinds of colors. Obviously, you're gonna have to say, you know, in our mood board, this was the kind of color palette or color style that we were looking at, and you can see it's similar to the website. If you haven't got any link, sort of how do you say, similarities between the color layout of your website and the mood board, just change the mood board so the color palette reflects the colors of the website. Don't try and change your colors of your website to reflect the mood board. Okay, much easier to do the other way around. It means having to re-upload the mood board, but it will take a lot quicker than having to change every single page's storyboard design. We all clear? Details on obviously YouTube, images, fonts use, color schemes, okay, pretty much explained all that. Alright, next one. And obviously, gents, no? Obviously, boys, here's a sort of quick overview of all 4 tasks that you guys have got to do. All there, so a quick summary of what has to be done. Are there any questions? Nothing? Go up on. Alright, let's ask a few questions. Tashinga, what is the first thing that I talked about that you have to include in your website? In your design? What is the first thing that I want you to include? Well, in fact, just give me the first 3 things, not the one I've just talked about.
So we have to write a detailed storyboard. Make one.
A bit more information.
So you have to write why you chose certain fonts and why color.
Good, yeah. I'll let that pass. What about the Gantt chart, Mr. Decker?
We have to add 2 more sections where comments about what we could have done better and what we did wrong, and also feedback from our client.
Good, okay. Well, feedback on the particular task. Like, remember you have multiple tasks. You had, for example, your building task, your testing task. Maybe in your testing, you've realized that your website doesn't work very well in, what's it called? Chrome. Or for example, Mr. Bennett, actually, he's had an interesting, because he actually has been testing his website. And technically, in his Alright. Occasionally in your testing, when you're doing it in Distinction 3, you did have some interesting things. I know Liam's one. His website, if you put in, for example, an incorrect email address, hit login, it should have rejected it. It didn't. So he can mention that in his feedback. Okay? Alright, in your testing section. So every single, just go up a few, back to that. Alright, so every single task that you've got has to have those 2 comments, those 2 sections. Critical comment on it and feedback. So you had multiple sections of the website. Give me 2, Theo. Two sections on your action plan that you need to comment on.
We need to use
Maybe we have different stages of creating your website.
just improve it.
stage you can.
The map. Navigation bar.
What other stage would you comment on?
Planning.
Planning stage, well done. Okay. So every single stage of the action plan needs to be commented on and feedback. Doesn't need to be long, gents. You can see how much words they put into there. Okay. Very, very short. Don't make it elaborate. Let's have a look. What must we do regarding media? Gavin. Multimedia.
You can just change the slides. It's fine.
Get out of here.
Why you would use certain pictures?
Well done. Yes, correct. Obviously referring back to the client's needs and the user's needs. What other detailed information must we provide on the videos and audio files that we're adding on Mr. Lawrence himself?
Yes. Camera what?
Yeah, but not just take the camera because Larry's
I'll ask it again. Okay? So, what other information, detailed information must we provide, or you guys must provide on the multimedia that you're using?
Lawrence, look here.
We're talking about it between Liam and Mandler.
Get out.
Hi, Mr. Lawrence. Just for a
What detailed information?
Yes.
Larry's camera.
What information must you provide on the multimedia that you're going to be using for
What a day.
Okay. What?
Whoa, not
format? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. What else, Mr. Declan?
Your location will also be linked to YouTube.
Boys, let's hear that again.
I'll never go
Your
out.
location within your website folder.
Correct. Good. Kanika? That was, you were going to say the same thing. Okay. What kind of format your images will be, or your audio files will be? Okay. The resolution, screen resolution, frames per FPS, frames per second. That kind of information you can get. I think that's about pretty much it, gents. When must this all be done by?
Monday.
Time, Mr. Arnold?
The end of first period. It's the
8
same thing.
o'clock. 8 o'clock, Monday morning, gents. Alright, are there any other questions? Yes.
So didn't she also have to get like the result, like where you got the idea from, like Spotify or...
Correct, yes, thank you. Grimshaw. Gents, obviously with your style, the layout of your website, okay? Mr. Liam.
Even.
Alright, so with your website layout, you've got to refer to what kind of influence you got. So if you did, as Mr. Brown has done, a Toyota-based website, he got his ideas from the official Toyota website. Okay, it just gives you a bit of backing on why you've laid out the website as you have. Anything else, gents? Any other questions?
Good.
Brilliant. Okay, Mr. Lawrence, you can upload that to YouTube for us.